If you're looking for a good meal to prepare so that you and your friends could gather around your grill and enjoy some good tacos, then this recipe's for you. I'll be cooking up some peppers, steak, adding in some cheese, make some tacos, and digging in. So grab your tortillas, gather around my grill, and let's get started. First thing we're going to need are some pasilla peppers. I got 4 of them here. I'm going to go ahead and prep up my grill and start up the Weber chimney. Normally I would use some skirt steak. I decided to do something a little bit special today, and I'm going to be using some steaks and I'm going to be slicing them up. I picked up these steaks on Omaha Steaks. I cashed in a gift certificate that I got over the holidays. Now I'll admit, filling up this cast iron pan with a bunch of steak is probably pretty expensive, so I usually fill up this pan full of carne asada. Skirt steak is a little bit cheaper than going all out and buying some steak. Be sure to slice the steak really thin. It doesn't have to be super thin, but just try to get it as thin as possible. Pro tip, that if you want them extra thin, put them in the freezer about 30 to 40 minutes, and when they're semi-frozen, they're a lot easier to slice. Next, we'll slice in the second steak. Once both steaks are sliced, we're gonna go ahead and put it in a pan, but I'm not gonna season quite yet. I've decided to season right on the pan as it's cooking, but if you have extra time, you could always do a marinade or salt and let it dry brine overnight. Now that the grill is nice and hot, it's time to add in the Santa Maria grill attachment. Be sure to clean off the grates. Okay, now it's time to roast our peppers. Put them directly on the grate, nice and hot. Don't be scared about burning them. In fact, I'm going to show you a nice little trick. You could put them directly on the coals and roast them that way. But since I'm using charcoal instead of lump, we're going to get a lot of ash. This is why I just decided to put them on the grate and do it that way. Be sure to turn them constantly. Again, don't be afraid to burn them too much. The skin will just peel right off. I'm going to go ahead and clean off this pepper off of all the ash. Ah, there, looks much better. Again, you got to make sure to flip them around constantly. Be sure to sear the peppers well. These need just a little bit more time. Once softened, go ahead and remove. If you want to remove the skin easily, put them in a plastic bag, or go ahead and cover them up with a plate. The idea here is for the peppers to steam a little bit, and it'll be much easier to remove the skin. Now personally, I don't like removing the skin, but if you prefer, it's very easy. It comes right off, as you can see. Once you remove the burnt edges, you want to slice them very thin. This cook is going to go really fast, so let's make sure we prep everything. Let's heat up our tortillas. Now let's add our cast iron pan. Add a little bit of oil and add in our steak. Let's prep up our seasoning. I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and half a tablespoon of SAZON seasoning, which is about 1 packet. We'll want to mix it all up and then add it to our steak. It's already starting to smell really good. Let's mix it up. We also got to make sure to season the other side. It's picking up some good color. It's time to add in our chilies. I sliced about 2 peppers here. I'll also be using some Oaxaca cheese for the melt. I'll add the cheese, then I'll add the peppers, and let it melt. Since all these ingredients are pretty much cooked, it's just about letting the cheese melt. I love making this and just have people dig in. Go ahead and turn over and make sure all the ingredients are incorporated. Previously, I made some shrimp tacos, pulled pork tacos, pork rib tacos, crunchy tacos, but I love the social aspect to this cook. So make up a big batch, gather around your grill, and let's dig in. Make sure everyone has their tortilla ready. No need to excuse yourself here. Just go ahead and grab your tortilla. Make sure you grab a nice portion of steak, cheese, and peppers. And enjoy. Pero no se te olvide la salsa. You can't forget the salsa. Lay a few of those tacos out on the grill and let people dig in. Ooh, yeah, look at that melted cheese, peppers, and steak. Come on, don't be shy. Make sure you grab your taco and enjoy. This is delicious.